Wow. Okay. So, hello. We are 10 minutes late tonight. Coughing and everything. Getting over being sick. All right. Let's do our administrative things. Make sure that we are streaming to Facebook because we have a fun audience there as well. All right. Coming here straight to you. Public. Man, what a day. What a day. All right, so here we go. So one, you may have been noticing that our camera quality is a little different tonight. Wanting to let you know we have some technical difficulties, but I think it's important to still do the live stream. So you can thank our behind the scenes video producer Michael on encouraging me to keep going. And we have a couple different fun things that we are going to talk through tonight. So welcome to the Greenville Gab, where we do this every Thursday night at 8 p.m. And we talk about all sorts of fun things about what's going on here in the market. And at the same time, go, what's coming soon? Or is there a hot topic about, I don't know, a certain hotel that maybe is coming into TR that we need to talk about? So we are coming live to you from our live stream camera that is actually just my computer today and not our fancy smancy camera. And let's see if we can't get through this tonight. So if you are just joining us, do me a favor, go into the comments. Would love to know where you are watching from, and then go from there. Tell me a little bit about yourself. We answer questions live here about real estate, about where you are locating to. Maybe you're local and you have some opinions about what's going on here. So that is what we are talking about tonight. Sitting down, relaxing, going over the numbers. I have so many things to talk to you about when it comes to the real estate market and what is happening here in the upstate. And then towards the end of our time tonight, I want you to stick with me because I have an announcement that is going to make you so excited. And you're not going to want to miss out on our live stream here in the next couple of weeks. I don't know if it'll be next week. And I want to give you something to look forward to. So with that on our computer camera and making sure that we are talking about things that are actively happening here in the market. So with that, let's go over here to the comments, see who we've got. John, as always, it's great to see you. And let's see here. Look at you, watching video from this weekend and saw outside one of your favorite shops. Oh, I love that. And also love that Henry makes new friends. It makes me really happy. Oh, and Henry turned 3 yesterday. Happy birthday, Henry. I love it. Okay, the next here, man, I am all sorts of like discombobulated using a different camera. Do we look good? We look good. We look good. All right, we're back. And we're doing that. Hello from Five Forks. Love it. And okay, so it has been a full 2 months of 2025. We have started the new year off with a bang. Honestly, it took a minute for the bang to happen. We started off and it was a little slower than normal. And then it just happened. It was like overnight. It was like, all right, well, you know what? The holidays are over and it's time to sell a house. So, or buy a house. We have lots of people that waited until the new year to put their houses back on the market. And here's one thing that you need to know is the spring market actually doesn't start in the spring. Most people think, oh, springtime, it starts like mid to end of March. Occasionally we still see snow. And what we are seeing is that actually here in the Greenville upstate, the real estate market starts the last week of January. It happens every single year. And I don't know why I'm surprised, but that is what happens. So January was a lot of fun. We talked throughout that month. February has been a lot of fun. Now, last week, I wasn't here for our weekly conversation, and I went and I learned a ton at a conference. I am with Keller Williams, and it was Keller Williams' big annual conference that we went over numbers. We went over, okay, what actually is happening in the market? What's important? And was it different from what I expected? Not necessarily. But what I can tell you is that we are still in a seller's market, contrary to what the market numbers tell us. And that is one of the big things that I'm going to go over first tonight is we're going to talk about some of the real estate things that are happening. Then we're going to hop over into one hot button topic. And this hot button is one that if you follow any of the Facebook groups, community groups, anything like that, you'll have heard about the hotel that is coming to Travelers Rest on Paris Mountain. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on tonight. And then I'm also going to announce something, again, you don't want to miss out on. It is in relation, and I think it's something that really, it's going to give one of the best looks into what actually is happening on this side of Greenville County. So without further ado, again, if you are just joining us, put in the comments for me where you are watching from. Love to know that because I know we are watching from all over the country, not just here locally in Greenville. But if you are local here in Greenville and you see this, would love to know what town you are in. And let our other viewers know because sometimes they even have questions about Taylor's or Greer or Easley or Simpsonville. What is a good place for you to be in? So, and if you are just joining us tonight, hope you see this is not our normal look. Our camera is having a little bit of a technical difficulty, and we'll go from there. So, without further ado, if you have questions tonight, please pop them in the comments. I will be answering them live. But let's talk about a little bit of real estate because if anything, the real estate market it's good. It's not bad. And really, I think a lot of people are uncertain is really what it comes down to. We're seeing a lot of overpriced houses. We're seeing a lot of houses that feel like they are underpriced for the market. No house is actually priced right. I'll go into that a little bit more in a minute. But let's go into this here. We'll be talking about what's coming soon, but what's happening. But let's talk about the local numbers as these numbers are pulled from the multiple listing service only for Greenville. And I think they're really interesting to see. All right. So with this, let's do it. I'm going to make it bigger. All right. So here we go. The Greenville market as of January 10th. And I may go and actually see if I can find some other numbers. Dang, they were just pulled, but we'll say as of January 10th, what's happening. See if I can pull. Nope, that's not the right one. Let's pull the first one here again. Oh, this is the one we want. All right, cumulative statistics as of February 10th, 2025. And you guys that watch week to week, this is data that we pull specifically on the Greenville market. And if you are looking to make your change here to the upstate, or you are local and you are looking to look at John, not quite yet, not map time. We're looking at graphs, though. We will be looking at numbers, which makes me really excited. I don't know about anybody else. I feel a little bit nerdy. So, anyways, as of last year, I want you to look at this number. This is the first time that we've seen it. 15, almost 16,000 houses were sold in 2024. We're down here in the middle of this document. That is more houses than what or sales as we originally expected. That is huge. The other thing here is the right-hand column is where our average days on market shows up. And this is important to watch because we are seeing overall a slowdown in our market. And I'm getting the questions, why is my house not selling? Should my house have already sold? And we're going to go into a little bit more of, if you're local here to Greenville, I can answer these questions. If you're not local here to Greenville, I can give you a really good idea of what's happening. So with that, going over this, actives as of February 2024, and then as of 2025, so year over year. February 10th, and I'm very interested to see these numbers, but I want you to see something. Average days on market, 90 days. Average days on market of all actives, 83 days on market. Then down here, look at our average price point. As of January, just the first month of the year, we had almost 100 more houses, up 12% year over year. We have more houses coming to the market. Prices are holding steady. There is not a crazy appreciation here. Now, this number here in volume, yes, we're selling more houses. But whenever we come over here to the average days on market, this number is definitely Merle, no, you didn't miss the Paris Mountain conversation. We're coming back to it. It'll be here in just a little bit. We're going to talk real estate first. But here's what we're seeing. If your house is priced correctly on the market, you should sell within the first 11 days. First 2 weeks, no problem. If you are priced correctly. If you are not priced correctly, then this is what we see. Average days on market. And it's taking 3 months or so to sell a house. Here, it's even taking up to 2 months to sell a house. So here's the most important thing. And if you are watching tonight and you're like, you know what, Aubree, I'm talking to another agent, or we're not sure if this is the right time. There's a way to do it, and there's a way to do it well. Because if there is anything I can say from the conference that I was just at, and then what I've been able to follow here in just the last, couple of months, as I've really been dialing in on the market, and I've really been looking at these numbers. If you are looking to sell real estate right now, you need to look at the market price, and then you need to price under it. And it's okay, because here's what a lot of realtors won't tell you. It is impossible. Like, you cannot underprice your house. If it is supposed to sell at the price that you put it on the market, it's going to sell there. If it's supposed to sell for higher, then the market will dictate and you will go up. It is different. If you say, I want to start at this price, then you will be chasing the market down. And that's what we saw in the numbers tonight, is we've seen our average days on market go from, here, I'll bring it back up again. Here we go. Look at this. So 2020, 2021, 2022, that was COVID. That was COVID. Well, we are no longer in COVID. 2023, the market started slowing down. That's when interest rates went up. Interest rates went up even more. 50 days as an average days on market. But I also want you to look at this. Right here, we have sold more houses than last year, and the price is going up. I don't know about you, but this price right here and this price right here tells me prices aren't going down. And there's really nowhere for us to market adjust. We are seeing a market adjustment though, a little bit. We're not seeing a depreciation. We're not seeing pricing going down, and people losing their asset. This is important, y'all. This is stuff that I want you to know and have a really good idea of, is this the right time to sell? Is it not? I also know that there's a lot of you out there that have equity in your houses. What does that mean? That means that you bought your house in the early 2000s or 2012, 2014, 2016. I bought my last house in 2019. If you bought your house before COVID, you're fine. You've got equity in your house. The people who bought the house in 2021, 2022, and you paid over list price for the house, you paid top of market. Did we know it at the moment whenever we were there? Not really. We didn't really know we were there. And it was interesting. We were, to be completely honest with you, we were okay, well, what's happening? Is this the top of the market? Well, what's going on? All right, I've got one other thing I'm pulling up here. And then we're going to get into TR hotel conversations. And I would love to have our comment section have some thoughts about it. Just because we really have thought through this. And actually tonight, there is a meeting being held about this hotel. And it is something that I'm curious, and I also wish, I don't know, we always hear the negative, okay? We always hear, oh, there's no way this could be good. Oh, this couldn't be, why would anybody want to do this? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to preemptively pull up a map. That way I can show you exactly where, let's see here. Let's go all active, single family homes. And I'll share my screen in just a second. That way you can be a little aware of where exactly we're talking about and why this conversation is so important. All right, let's go over the comments here, see who else is here and joining us tonight. If you are just now joining us, do me a favor, go in the comments, let me know where you are watching from. And I would love to know if you have any questions or comments about the TR hotel that's going in. Because again, towards the end of tonight's video, we're going to be announcing something that I'm so excited for, and you are not going to want to miss because it's cool. So, all right, here we go. Yep, Merle, you have not missed it. Susan, hey, how's it going? This is cool. HELOC loans. So fun story. I actually used a HELOC on my current home to help purchase it. I think they are so good, and they are a underutilized thing to help people bridge from one house to another. I'm happy to have my person that I send people to for home equity lines, and we can go through different options around that. I think that's a perfect topic for our live stream time and to have a guest come on and talk to us a little bit about that. So we will go through that, and talk about that. Let's see here. Who else we got? Hey, Mike, how's it going? Oh, you said, man, you are in Ohio. Come on now, TR, we got this. We can do this. Let's see here. You'll be in TR. You'll be new TR locals this spring. Oh, I love it. So you don't want to go sideways. Understood. And letting the locals decide on Paris Mountain. We are going to have so much more information on this in the days coming. You're not going to want to miss out on this. Definitely have some cool things in the works that we're going to talk about. Yep, John, this is exactly what we are going to talk about tonight. At least I'm going to give you my opinion on it, and I'm going to build you up to kind of know, okay, well, what's coming? Here we go. Let's see here. Travis, hello. You're over east side of Greenville. Nice to see you. And then, oh, hello, David and Jenny from Fort Lauderdale. It's nice to meet you. A couple of years, I'll be here. I'm not planning on going anywhere, and we'll go from there. Susan, yep, I got you, girl. We'll get this. And then Megan, oh man, I would love to have you weigh in on this. As you just moved to Paris Mountain, we're going to talk about it tonight, though. Definitely. And here's the whole thing. Like, as we are talking about things that are coming soon and these kind of hot button topics, I know that it's so much more than just me and my opinion. It's also the people that live here. And I'm going to give you kind of an insider's look on, like, what exactly are we seeing? What am I hearing? What are we experiencing from a local's point of view of, like, okay, well, they just announced this big old thing. And I have a really good, I have a different point of view just because of my husband's line of work and the life that we live. We also live in Travelers Rest. We've lived in the city limits. We've lived outside of the city limits. And no area of the upstate is immune to this. It's something that Greenville has been growing for the last, decade and a half in some really big ways. Also, for you guys that join us, we sit down. I'm a wino. I love sitting down with my glass and just having a nice, relaxing conversation with you about what is happening next. So, all right. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit. I feel like this next conversation is just going to take up some of our time tonight. And I really want to know what you guys think about it. So tonight was the Greenville County Square. Like, it was the meeting about, we actually thought about going and interviewing people that were there or talking to people that were there. And I decided against it because I knew it was going to be a very high tension, high emotion time. And yours truly is pretty high emotion. And I'm a different viewpoint on it, I think, than the people that are screaming the loudest. What I'm seeing in the socials, and this was announced, I'm going to share my screen again to show you. This was announced everywhere, but definitely on Facebook, and if you guys have followed me for any amount of time, you see that, like, the upstate is a big Facebook community. Yes, you've got your Instagrammers, you've got your people that use other platforms, but if you want to learn anything about the upstate, you just come and you follow different groups in Facebook. If you are trying to learn your place to go or learn, like, what's going on around, just go join all the different residence groups. Now, there is a group called Save Paris Mountain. it's made, the news on so many different levels about, and this is the Blackwells. I'm friends with them. Diane is an agent in my office. Paris Mountain is in comparative, to other places of the country, it is a hill. All right. It is not a huge mountain, nothing to really bat an eye at. And it is something that this hotel right here, let's see if I can get the rendering pulled up without Keanu Reeves right there. So here's a rendering of Paris Mountain, of the hotel that they're thinking about putting up. And so we've got that. Okay. Is it bad? Is it good? Tell me in the comments. What do you think? But really, is it bad? So the meeting tonight started at 6. I have not heard the outcome of that meeting, but they are requesting an annexation of the Paris Mountain area. So let's do this. We're going over to Instagram. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you just so you can see. So this is Paris Mountain. It's gorgeous. And there's a national park or a state park up on top of this mountain around a little pond. I mean, just all I had to do was type in Save Paris Mountain, and there is tons of information here. Now, whether you decide you are on the side of, okay, do we want this hotel or do we not? Right now, the hotel is actually not part of, the land that the hotel is going to be built on is not a part of Travelers Rest city limits. And I've got someone that we are going to I'm going to be talking to them more, that is going to shine more light on this. Right now, it's not part of TR. And I don't know 100%, is it getting approved? Is it not? And it's kind of, I had a really good conversation today where this came up, and we talked about, okay, is it a land thing? Is it is it a population thing? How many more people are going to be coming through? What is it going to increase? Then there's another side, and it's money. And we talk about money and what is it going to do for the community? And is there any pros that the people that are talking so loudly about, can they quiet down and think, okay, well, we know all the cons they think about. I have heard them. I have seen them. They have been screamed at me for the last couple of weeks around, should this hotel be built in the Paris Mountain area? I'm going to leave that to you. I mean, I have my thoughts on it. And I think I'll share it with you here. And then I think it'll be good to continue this conversation over the next couple of weeks. But if you have a thought on it, I would love to know in the comments of the stream tonight. What do you think? Is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? If you think it's a bad thing, can you actually tell me? I want to challenge you. If you think it's a good thing, tell me what the cons are. If you think it's a bad thing, tell me what some pros are. Think through both sides. Where is this going to land? I don't know where it's going to land. From what I've been told, it's already been approved, contrary to a lot of things that are being said. I'm not yelling and screaming about it. But let's see here. We've got some other commenters here. All right. Not sure how the visitors will get around the bike traffic on weekends. Honestly, bike traffic happens every weekend. A lot of the like I know races happen on weekends. We get around. I also have an inside look on how they block traffic for that. And if anything, those people are insane. They wake up like crazy early to start those races, like 5, 6 a.m. I don't know about you, but on Saturday mornings, I don't wake up until hopefully somewhat reasonable time. So are they done by like 10, 11 o'clock? Yeah, I think you can get around it. So let's see here. Um, Travis, love to see this. Question is, how much more development goes up on Paris Mountain and leaning up the edges of the state park to cater to the needs of the hotel? See the hotel as a start of development. Man, that is a great way. So I'm just going to leave your comment up for a second because I really think reading through this is a good way of thinking. I don't know. I actually hadn't thought about it that way before, and that's okay. It's okay to not know all the answers. Also, not know everything. That's a great way of thinking about it. Is this something that starts more development, or is it something that they can protect the areas around it? That's maybe an idea. Okay. Yep. I agree. Good comment by Travis. Then we've got State Park 2 to 3 times a week. Awesome. And it is. We actually showed it in one of our most recent videos on the channel. Oh man, I forget exactly which one it was. Maybe Michael can go and put it in the comments for us, where we visited Paris Mountain State Park. And I don't know. I wonder how it would actually end up affecting the state park. How close is it going to be to the state park? Is it going to be too close? Is where are the entrances in comparison to the park? I don't know. I just think it's we need to look at this at all angles. If there's a win-win situation or something where we can all agree or all see it and really dive in, and the people who are most concerned have an idea of exactly what's happening, then I think that's important. Thank you, Michael, in the comments, putting our video in there. So if you are curious or you want to see some video of Paris Mountain Park, we did show it, and golly, we went out there and the lake was frozen. Like I stood on it and tapped on the glass. It was a lot of fun. So it's a great place. It's beautiful. It's quiet. I agree. I think it's important to preserve it. I'm also interested in hearing other viewpoints. I'm not saying, is it the right thing? I will tell you tonight that as someone who, look, I'm not in this for, is it right? Is it wrong? From a city government standpoint, okay, and someone who lives here and has lived local and has a husband that will have to deal with this, okay? It's not just something that is not going to affect my life. It actually is going to affect my life pretty heavily just because of like our occupations in some negative ways and some good ways. Take that as you will. I'm not 100% opposed to the hotel. Don't come at me. It's okay. Am I cautious about it? Absolutely. I want to see it done well. I want to see the research done well. I want to have community involvement in why are we doing this or what's being approved and exactly where is it? Where's the road frontage? Where's the entrances, the exits? What is the anticipated volume of people coming in? What is going to be there? It was brought up to me that, maybe it would actually bring some business to TR that isn't normal to TR. Is that a good thing? I think we've got to look at it from a growth perspective. Is it gonna make me crazy sad if it doesn't show up? No, whatever. I could care less. But at the same time, if it does get built, I'm kind of interested to see how it shows up too. I will say this, as this has also been looked at and already also approved, is if they don't put a hotel, it's already been approved for apartment complexes. So which would you rather? If you are forced with pick the evil, would you rather a hotel or would you rather have the apartment complexes? Just a thought that I'm throwing out there, not saying that any of this will happen. And what if? So again, not saying that I'm for it, against it. I am probably more for it at this point in the game, just because I know from a city government standpoint of things, what amazing things that could do for our small town, because our small city, as we continue to grow, and the resources that it could provide. But yeah, I understand also why people wouldn't be happy about it. So save Paris Mountain. This is a big call to action right now. And I see it over and over and over. This is a huge thing. All these people I know. So I want to know, how close is it going to be to the park? What is there? It's all important. All right, let's see here. Bones, what in the world? You're calling me out, my friend. Look at this. Elephant in the room. I am stuffy. Yes, you just called me out in so many different ways. So to be completely honest with you, I have been sick for the last 2 weeks, and this is me feeling almost better. Oh my goodness. But yes, there is pollen and it is starting to show up and allergies are starting, but this is just, have you ever gotten super stressed out and then been I don't know, it comes if you haven't read The Body Keeps Score, you should read it. It's a really good book. Stress comes out in different ways and it's coming out. I've been sick for 2 weeks. So I'm kind of happy we didn't have a show last week. Yep. Hotel. I agree. Let's see here. Paul, hey, nice to see you, my friend. Seeing it online seems like a very large footprint given the environment. Yeah, that's why I think it's really important to see where exactly is it going to be? Where the entrance is, what is it going to do? What is it going to change the landscape to? Yep, show must go on. I agree, John. Would rather have a hotel over apartments every single day. All right, let's see here. People were upset about the Grand Bohemian before it was built. Were they? I don't think they were really given a choice, because across the falls right there, I remember what was there before. It was a dirty, grungy, old, lawyer's office building. And it was something that it wasn't crazy to demo that. I didn't even miss it when it was gone. Okay, so really fast before we move on from things, I want to put in an address for map time. Hey, John, here we go. I'm going to pull this over here, and then we're going to share the screen so you can actively see what I've got going on here. So All right, so the proposed address of this house, let's see if it'll pull up on our Altamonte Road. We're gonna give it a Greenville address first. Hey, it dropped a flag for us. Okay. Okay, and then let's draw a 3-mile radius around it. All right, so whenever we're looking at maps, like I think it's at least in the MLS. Man, that didn't show up with the right one. Hold on. Let's pull that off. We're gonna try to get the address on here, Altamont. And also if you come to visit, you should totally take a drive over Paris Mountain. Just find Altamont Road, and you'll be able to. We're gonna look at it first here. It'd be great if I actually said Greenville and not Greenville. Yeah, we're gonna have to go Google Maps. Let's go to Google Maps. All right, so the proposed address is 221. There it is. It's already in here. Wonder how many people have been Googling it. Let's pull it out. Too far. So right here, you can't really tell, but Paris Mountain is pretty much right here in this area. Now, Travelers Rest, the city of Travelers Rest is pretty much all of this white area right in here. And then Paris Mountain goes here, and Altamont is this road. So it's going to be on the Travelers Rest side. I'm going to be really honest with you right now. Paris Mountain State Park is over here. So let's do this. Let's do directions. Paris Mountain State Park. Okay. Entrances from this address to an entrance to Paris Mountain State Park are 15 minutes away. Just going to say, you can go Altamont all the way, you can go State Park, so on, but the entrances to the state park are on the other side of the mountain. I don't know. What do you think about this? I think this is good information whenever people get upset about the state park, because it's got right here, 221 Altamont Road is over here. The state park is majority right up here. It's not going to bother the state park. And who am I? I'm just a realtor. But this is the thought. What do you say? What do you think? Would love to know your thoughts, because also the city of Travelers Rest is right in here. That hotel is going to be anywhere, but it's probably going to take you 10 minutes, 5 minutes if you don't have traffic, to get from this hotel down the little bit of mountain space to Travelers Rest, which means then you're only 15 to 20 minutes outside of downtown Greenville, which is right here. You'll take 276 all the way down to Greenville. John, I agree with you. Seeing this address, the proposed address of the hotel, and when I just go and say, hey, where is the state park that everybody gets so upset about? It's not right next to it. Then I think we can go in, and this is why I really wanted to see it from more of a real estate point of view even. I mean, it's closer to Furman than anything. But you can see all these little lines right in here. And these neighborhoods or these streets, they are like this. They are steep. And I don't know that it would actually affect too much. I don't know. My own thoughts. This is going to be at the base. So anyways, thoughts on that? You are correct. There are many, like I have shown, I have seen, I have visited, like there are large homes built on the side of Paris Mountain. You can see them as you are driving from downtown and from the Cherrydale area into Travelers Rest. You can see them perched up on the side of the mountain. On the other side, so from the Greenville side, they're perched up along the top ridge, and you can see them. And there's some you can see better than others. On the other side of Paris Mountain, there's even more construction over there than what you can see on the Greenville side. So I don't know. I think that Bones, you've got a good point there, my friend, there too. It may ultimately increase the protection of the state park. It could. What do you think? I really want to know what you think. Now, I will say this. The people that are making the most noise, actually, from what we found, don't live on Paris Mountain. They can't afford to live on Paris Mountain. Okay? Average price of living on Paris Mountain is so much more expensive than what when you look at houses, I think the least expensive house I've seen on Paris Mountain was $550, and it needed work. It needed rehabbed. It was like straight out of the 90s. And nothing wrong with a 90s house, okay? Some people love that look. But I have found that most people that are making the noise are more concerned about the park than they are about actually what is there. Paul, you're right. Hotels outside of state and national parks are not uncommon. Me and my husband actually went to Montana, and we stayed at a resort style hotel outside of Yellowstone in the middle of nowhere. It was fantastic. Would love to go back. And it was something very similar. So, okay. So I've kept you guys along with me enough. Megan, come on now, my friend. Moved near Paris Mountain. I got you. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. When we look at it, people have lived near Paris Mountain state parks have hotels nearby. Ultimately, I don't think it would be a bad thing. All right. It is something, though, that requires a lot of research. So here's my big thing as we close out tonight. And you guys that have followed along and stayed with us, I have the guest that is going to come and be with us here and see, we're going to get, I don't know, she has probably had some of the roughest commentary directed at her that I've seen on the social platforms in weeks and weeks. So none other than the mayor of Travelers Rest. We are going to have her in to talk to us here in either it's going to be next week or the week after. We've got to do schedules, but I need you guys to stay with us because she has held strong, and she is one of the sweetest human beings on this planet. She knows what she's talking about. She loves Travelers Rest, and we're going to bring her on, and we're going to talk to her about the hotel. We're going to talk to her about the development of Travelers Rest and what is happening. So you're going to have to stick with us, and it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. Brandy is a friend of mine and someone who has been in around my life quite often. And I'm really excited. I messaged her earlier this week. I was like, hey, would you be open to this? And she said she would be. So you guys need to leave me some comments letting me know and encouraging her, because I know that she has been under so much scrutiny because of this. And she really is just a very knowledgeable influential human being. So I know she has so much to say on this, and we're going to have her in. We're going to talk about it. I think it's important. And to hear from the mayor of TR specifically, I think it's kind of a little bit of a game changer. Let's see what she has to say, and we're going to go from there. So with that, we are going to, you guys need to pay attention. You need to stay with us. Hopefully I'll have my camera back up and going. So we are not doing this on my laptop camera because ew, gross. I'm going to order the things we need to, and we're going to go from there. So anyways, guys, let's see here. Go back over the comments, see if we have any last minute questions. I know we started a little later tonight than we normally do. Lynn, I agree. I used to be one of her neighbors. As a resident of TR, very excited about the hotel, bring needed businesses. I agree with you. I'm also, like I said, more a fan of it than not. And I think we don't want apartments there. Okay, that's a big one. But anyways, okay. All right, guys. Well, I hope tonight was informative to you. I always enjoy sitting here and seeing your questions as we come through. See us next week, same time, same place here on the live stream. And tell your friends, because we have fun here. And that's what we do. And if it's not fun, we don't do it. So, all right. You guys have a good rest of your week, good weekend. And cheers, Megan. I'll talk to you next time. All right. Bye.